Hey, what's up YouTube? And I'm back with a new series. This is going to be basically a playthrough and mini review of every single Vive game that I've gotten my hands on so far. And obviously the series is going to keep going. And we're going to start right away with a look at one of the titles they sometimes gave away for free. I ended up buying it. I think I paid like 30 bucks for this. It's called Job Simulator. Yeah, so here we go. Like I said, this is just going to be some quick ideas, quick reviews, and my honest opinion of should you buy this game, pass on it, or wait for a Steam sale. So Job Simulator, like it says, is basically just a collection of a bunch of mini games that you're playing in VR. As you saw at the start there, you can pick from 4 mini games. You've got Office Worker, Gourmet Chef, Store Clerk, and the last one is Car Mechanic. I believe I didn't say Car Mechanic, so yeah, Car Mechanic. So 4 mini games. They're all basically the same thing that you saw me do there. You take a ticket, it'll give you a task to do, you do the task, and next, basically. There's really nothing to it. It seems very simple. It's might seem kind of stupid to most of you, but it's as much of a game as something like Cooking Mama is a game, for example. It also is a good showcase for the VR. Obviously, you guys, what you're seeing is a 2D representation of what I'm seeing in the Vive. I'm seeing this in full 3D virtual reality. That does make a huge difference, to be honest with you. But yeah. So now that that's out of the way, that's basically the whole gameplay of all 4 of the mini games is take a ticket, do the task, depending on what the game is, and rinse repeat until you've beaten all of them. I've not beat any of them fully. I've played through a bunch of them. I mostly just throw this on more as a tech demo when people come over and they want to try the Vive for the first time. So yeah, that's out of the way. Graphics, this is one of these kind of VR games that's going to be very cartoony, as you can see. It's big cartoon hands, everything's kind of very cartoony looking. And to be honest with you guys, that seems to work a lot better for Vive right now. They'll probably fix that in future releases of the Vive 2, whatever they end up calling the second generation of it. But for now, the titles that I've played that are very cartoony are the ones that honestly look better to me, whereas things that are trying to look very realistic, like the Star Wars Trials on Tatooine, might do a video on that one, might not. It's really not even worth it. Those tend to try and look realistic, and it kind of fails to me. It doesn't look as good as something cartoony. It's that kind of uncanny valley. If you've never heard the term before, what uncanny valley means is just the closer you get to reality, the more these small little flaws will take you out of the experience. That being said, the graphics in this are perfectly fine. They're very stylized. Again, you're not getting the full effect in 2D, but when you see it in VR, it is a very nice kind of effect that is to it. Like you saw there too, right now, there's about, give or take, 20 mini games to each one of the 4 games. I've not completed any of them, like I said. Now, sound. The sound is good. It's nothing to write home about. What's nice about all the VR titles is it's very 3D sound. So depending on which way your head is turned is where you're going to be hearing the sound. Now, obviously, that only works if you're using a headset. If you're just piping the sound through your PC speakers, you lose that whole effect because the sound is obviously just coming from your 2 speakers and you're moving around within the room, so it doesn't really work. Which is why I recommend for, unless you're playing like party games and you got friends over, I always suggest just put on a headset, whether it's your own headset like I have here, or the mini earbuds that come with the Vive. I would not suggest using those if you're sharing back and forth with friends, but hey, that's up to you guys. Gameplay, like I said before, it's very simple gameplay. It is fun. Let's not mince words here. It is still fun. It is, like I said at the start, basically as much of a game as something like Cooking Mama is. You're accomplishing tasks. Would this be as good and as fun if it wasn't for the VR? No, not at all. If this wasn't for the VR, there'd be no questions asked to me. This would be just a complete pass. Don't even bother with this game. The VR is basically what makes this game. And I think for the first batch of games, I'm probably going to be saying that a lot. But VR is what makes this game fun and a bit of an experience. Now, replayability. Like I said, I think this is mostly going to just be one of those titles that you bust out when people come over. It's a good first one to jump into because it's something very simple. You've got your two hands that you can see there in game. And basically there's one button on each hand, which is the trigger to just grab or press or do whatever you want to do. But you're basically just controlling the two hands. It's very natural. It feels very natural. It is just one that's very, very easy to comprehend and catch on to very quickly, which is why I'm saying it's one of probably the better games to just start someone out on if it's one of their first VR experiments. Would I replay this otherwise? Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, it seems to me and feels to me more like one of these kind of experiences that you bust out when someone new is coming over. That being said, it is still a very fun kind of mini game. But now the price, like I said, and just double checking this right now for you guys. It is, I believe I paid $30 for it. It did not come with... It did not come as a free title for my Vive. If you're paying in Canadian dollars, it is still $32.99 right now. I believe the first wave of Vives it just came with. And as a free title, I would never complain about this as a free title. For the $30, like I said, I kind of bought it when I first got it. Mine came with Tilt Brush. And I completely suck at drawing, so Tilt Brush is never going to get installed because the best I could do is a very crappy 3D stick figure, and no one needs to see that. I got Zombie Training Simulator, which I'll probably do a quick review of. It's alright. And I got a third title, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was right now. That being said, I think I would have greatly enjoyed having this as one of my free titles. It was not, sadly, but what can you do? Just looking quickly now, trying to figure out what my other free game was. I really don't remember, but there was 3 games, and this was not one of them. That being said, final review, I guess you would call it. I would not pay $33 for this. Like I said, it's not really a game as much as just an experience. It's not something that is very deep. I'd say maybe in half an hour you could clear one of the 4 games. So we're talking maybe a total, if you're taking your time and kind of fooling around, of maybe 2 hours to do everything possible in here. It will be a fun 2 hours, but yeah, this is not going to be a buy for me. This is definitely going to be a wait for a Steam discount, and I would say wait for a very deep discount. At about $10, that would be about the point where I'd say this should be grabbed. But if you're really starved for VR experiences, you just want one extra VR game and nothing else tickles your fancy, this is perfect. This is probably better even if you're a kid. As an adult, it's kind of repetitive. You know, I work all day. I don't need a job simulator when I come home. But yeah, so definitely a wait for a discount, and I'd say about $10 is what this thing is worth. If you can get it for even less, even better. But I would not pay more than $10 for this thing. So that being said, look forward to more of these Steam review videos. Vive review videos even. Like I said, I'm going to be going through every single Vive VR experience that I have, and as new ones come out, if they're free, I'll definitely be doing a video. If it's something it looks like I'll be interested in, I'll probably buy it, and so yeah, just expect a lot more of these videos coming soon.